Yeah, and here you are, what, about 21 or so, and you've got this great faith story. What is it, this Cracker Barrel in Tallahassee?
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah.
You got to tell this story.
So, after I got arrested the second time, I started going to church. My girlfriend at the time, who ended up becoming my girlfriend again, who I ended up marrying, she was starting to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
And, I would talk to her, and she said, you should just come with me, so I would. And it's crazy, especially the first time you start going into church, you feel like the pastor knows your story,
yes.
like he's talking directly to you.
Yes,
and I'm thinking like, who called the pastor? Who called my mom? like who called my mom? Who called my friends and started relaying the story?
Wow.
And I think that's really where I started meeting the Holy Spirit, really seeing God and who He is, mm-hmm. and really not just the blessings He has for you, but really the guidance He has for you. Mm-hmm. And so I was working at Cracker Barrel at the time, and it was the summer of 2001, mm-hmm. and there was a couple of seemed like once a month there was a lady who would come in. One lady had written a story on the road, and she looks up at me wearing the big brown apron with my name on it. She goes, "Oh, you're Byron. I just was praying in the car and wrote a story about you." What? So I don't even tell this part of it because it's so long. I remember, she just said, God's just saying He's praying for you. God's saying, He's with you. Don't leave Him. Keep praying. Stay in it. When I gave my life to Christ, it was September 2nd, 2001. I was waiting on this table. It was like a revival. These whole tables, like 13 of them. And when you're in Cracker Barrel, the last thing you want is a big table. Like you want like 4 and 5. You don't want 13 because it takes up your whole section. But I'm there and I'm waiting on this whole table, and the Lord was really dealing with me at that time. Mm-hmm. And I waited on them and did all this stuff, and I go back, I cash them out, I go back to the server line, I'm rolling silverware, and I'm gone. Like I'm on the server line, mm-hmm. I'm rolling silverware, but I'm not there. Mm-hmm. And people kept coming up to me. They're like, "Byron, you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just thinking." And so, the Lord spoke to me. It was like, "Stop running from me." And so, it knocked me back. So I went out to find the table, and they were all gone. And I could see through the windows that they were getting on their bus. So I walked out. My manager's like, "Where are you going?" I said, "I need a second." I walk out there. The last lady's getting on the bus, and she goes, "Young man, you okay?" And I go, "No, ma'am, I'm not okay." And she goes, "What?" And I go, "The Lord's telling me to stop running." Yeah. I still get emotional about it. And so